Hello, and welcome. I'm gonna be doing the same shit I did yesterday. I'm gonna be using bookmarks after I get through these three. They're basically the same thing, but I'm just gonna talk about them. Dash Dabrowski. Republicans are grooming their children into a generation of Kyle Rittenhouses. Ooh, I talk with my hands, so I bonk things. Sorry about that. Republicans are grooming their children into a generation of Kyle Rittenhouses. Self-defense is not grooming. Gun culture is not grooming. Grooming has a specific word to it, a meaning. Grooming. Define child grooming. Okay. Child grooming is befriending and establishing an emotional connection with a child under the age of consent, and sometimes the child's family to lower the child's inhibitions with the objective of sexual abuse. Child grooming is also used to lure minor children into various illicit businesses such as child trafficking, child prostitution, cyber sex, and child pornography. Such behavior has been prescribed in various ways, and none of this really matters. It's for children who are groomed may experience physical harm or psychological harm and may be coerced into engaging in sexual activity or other forms of exploitation. This says the conversation. Grooming can be sexual, romantic, financial, or for criminal or terrorism purposes. Okay, we can also use that. Then we use RAIN. Manipulative behaviors that the abuser uses to gain access to a potential victim, coerce them to agree to abuse, and reduce the risk of being caught. So, that's what it means. It's just grooming is basically establishing something so that the child actually wants to do it and it protects the abuser. So, Republicans are grooming their children into a generation of Kyle Rittenhouses. This is not grooming. Self-defense is literally not grooming. And teaching children how to do proper discipline with gun, which this kid is not doing. I don't know where his parents are. And it looks like the owner of the stand it might not even be a real gun. I don't know. But assuming it is a real gun, there's a lot of things that, like, literally this kid cannot do anything with. But it's still the discipline that matters. I don't know why the seller is doing a picture op. It, I don't know. But this is not grooming. This is not bad. This is not wrong. Teaching children how to defend themselves is not wrong. Having a gun is the same thing as martial arts. Having a bat. The only difference is how far a strike can go. A strike of a bullet can go really far, a strike of a bat not so far, and a fist even less. So this is literally not grooming. And let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. I was about to go down, but this is dumb. Kyle Rittenhouse didn't go around killing people. That's already been proven. I don't even care if the court said he was guilty or not. It was proven that he didn't just Rambo people. He only shot when he was about to die. And I'm not going to bring up any of the other things because the child rapist and other things. It's irrelevant to the actual story of what happened. I'm going to be coughing a lot during this episode. Okay. Kyle Rittenhouse just defended himself from people trying to kill him. That's it. He didn't shoot any black people. He shot at one black person, the jumping kick man. Kyle did not cross state lines with a gun. For one, he didn't cross state lines to join a riot. He only crossed state lines to clean up graffiti in his hometown where his friends are and some of his family members are. And yeah, he was asked to join. The store owner said they didn't because if they said they did, they would go to prison. But, I mean, there's a lot of questions to them technically not saying to come. How he got there, how were there so many people everywhere in that building and nowhere else? How he got the keys inside to get inside onto the roof. There's a lot of questions that really prove the store owners actually wanted them to help. But they're saving their own ass, which I respect. But yeah, yeah. And then he helped. The reason why he had to shoot or defend himself, from what I remember, he helped get a fire extinguisher from for a garbage fire in which I think it was Rosenbaum that was actually pushing it towards a gas station, which would have killed people, if not everyone there. So he saved people, not just himself. So after he was done helping with the garbage fire, Rosenbaum attacked him. A group of people attacked him. Rosenbaum was the first. He heard a gunshot, turned around. Rosenbaum had his hand on literally the rifle, and he got shot. Dual possession. There was no reason, I mean, there was every reason for Rosenbaum to get shot. And then he tried to help him. But then people attacked him and told him they were going to kill him. And the second guy, I can't remember his name. It doesn't actually matter. Terrorist number 2. He had no clue what anything was happening. All he heard was that people told him to cap him. He killed a guy. He never saw it. They could have been lying. He had no reason to believe them, but he went and did it. Third dude had a gun to him, so that's self-explanatory. You don't just shoot people in the back while they're running away. That's not self-defense. So yeah, that's so unless I know Dashy Boy doesn't actually understand what happened, and he's lying about everything. So take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, Kyle, I would more say he is a hero than not. Why? because he literally stopped or helped stop a massive explosion killing at least 20 people, 20 plus. And he defended himself. Provably so. I don't need the court to tell me, I need the evidence to tell me. The jury could be for or against someone, and they could make wrong decisions. People ask me about OJ. I don't really care about OJ. My only problem with OJ, in that case, was the whole thing, seemingly, to me, was based off the glove. It was a tight leather glove, which, if you just wet leather, it shrinks. So, and then trying to get him to put it on himself? Yeah, he's not going to do that. That really should have been discarded as evidence. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. That's completely fucking dumb. That is, I think, the only thing I had problems with. OJ was found not guilty, but that doesn't mean I can't think he is guilty. And the same thing with Rittenhouse. You can think he's guilty, but he was proven not guilty. I'm going to be looking at some of the comments. I'm going to be looking more at the Gary Satterfield thing. Oh, George G Prime 85. He's a good artist. You should uh, uh, follow him. But yeah, one can hope because Kyle Rittenhouse was really a good person. He didn't want to kill anyone. He actively tried not to. And only at the last moment did he. He even pointed the gun for the second guy at him and some other people. And then it turns out, I know it's not actually a war crime, but he did a war crime. He did a false surrender, the second dude. And then he came back, tried to shoot him, tried to shoot Rittenhouse, and got shot. Or tried to kill Rittenhouse. The third one had the gun. I think the second one was the skateboard dude, which skateboards can kill you. A punch can kill you. It's not that hard. Being a black belt in Taekwondo, I fucking know that. It only takes 8 pounds of force. Now Spike Cohen. The sooner the better. Someone needs to teach this kid not to point or put his finger on the trigger until he's ready to destroy what's in front of him. Yes, okay. Now you're right. This little dude is not doing the right thing, but what if the person holding the camera is a journo? Well, yes. Yeah, there's no real context to this. It could be a father, it could be a journalist, it could be anyone that's taking this picture. He probably told the kid to point the gun at him. That's most likely what happened. Yeah, that looks like what happened. Kyle Rittenhouse was proven innocent in the court of law. The law, the one you say no one is above, a trained defender. Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse, I'm not 100% sure he is a hero, but he is at least somewhat of a hero. And yeah, he was really freaking trained. That trigger discipline, oh my god. Split second decisions. Oh yeah, here's a good thing. 5 times August. Is that a fucking band? Wait a second. Oh, yes. He is I don't know if he's a band, but he's a songwriter. Just some old picture of kids with guns in the classroom, wondering why they didn't shoot up the place. Maybe they were caught and knew they were taught and new gun safety, and there was a massive wave of mental illness taking hold of the population back then. But what do I know? And these are some really nice pictures, too. Yeah, kids used to have these fucking pictures. This dude asks, and how many of those were assault rifles? I'd. It could be all of them. Who knows? But yeah, these are some really nice pictures. Little dude's really being careful with them guns. Oh, well, no, this one doesn't have the trigger discipline. He really shouldn't have his finger there. But yeah, this isn't grooming. This is teaching self-defense. Unless you also think martial arts or self-defense is grooming. He needs to be taught about grip, stance, trigger control, and sight and picture. But it looks like he would be a good student, and I have nothing wrong with that. He's not disciplined, but he seems interested in the gun. Did you and MMA Paladin? Oh, do I have Patterson? No, I completely missed him. Wait, no. Yeah, there he is. I'm going to be talking about his ass next. Did you get your tweets mixed up when the DNC sent them to you, or is this really important so you both put it out? Now, this really isn't. This is a fallacy. It's not. I mean, it's a good joke, but it really shouldn't. A lot of people on here, including myself, will use fallacies, make fun of people. Ultimately, that doesn't help. Oh, Cindy Chrisman. Oh my god, I'm in shock. My heart leapt when I scrolled to this picture. Sickening. No, sorry about that. What's sickening about this? There's nothing wrong here. Children used to have guns, and children should be learning how to use them. Especially since mental illness is on the rise. Yes, let's use Joshua Nadei. Yes, let's use a term that has nothing to do with what the term actually means. And that's right. Grooming is basically sexual or devious. Oh shit, I forgot what I said before. Well, you know. Oh wait, it's still up here. It Yeah. Child grooming is befriending and establishing an emotional connection with a child under the age of consent and sometimes the child's family to lower the child's inhibitions with the objective of sexual abuse. We can say it's just sexual abuse, but we can also say um, violence. Sexual abuse and violence. But shooting people that are trying to kill you is not grooming. Yeah, grooming is defined as a set of manipulative behaviors that the abuser uses to gain access to a potential victim, coerce them to agree to the abuse, and reduce the risk of being caught. Yeah, you know. It's basically sexual. Although it is possible for it not to be. You can groom someone to kill someone. But self-defense, teaching a child how to use a gun, have a gun, and how to be safe with a gun is not grooming. Also, I would rather my kids, when I have them, know how to hunt and protect themselves, which is what we should know, as opposed to them learning and being encouraged to change their gender and mutilate themselves. Yes, that is 100% true. And even if you disagree with that actually happening, it's still the thought process of as opposed to them learning and being encouraged to change their gender and mutilate themselves. Just to make it clear, you don't believe in self-defense. Very interesting, and that's correct. Yeah, that 10-year-old is clearly being menaced by the cameraman. That's that's not an argument. You you're you're not even using, what did they say? Yeah, the only thing wrong is with the picture of the kid pointing the gun to the camera. But yeah, he's not being menaced by the cameraman. He's doing a posing shot. Now, that's not really a good thing for him to be doing, because it shows lack of training. Kyle did nothing wrong. Okay, no, he didn't. What I dislike about this picture is you never ever point a gun. Yeah, okay. Kyle Rittenhouse? You mean the child who was lethally attacked by grown men and yet managed to lawfully defend himself and survive? Yes. Now, I'm sure. You mean the child who defended himself against two grown men with a skateboard as a weapon? Two grown men did not have a skateboard as a weapon. A skateboard can be a deadly weapon. Child who defended himself against two grown men with a skateboard as a weapon. One of them had a gun. The Rosenbaum situation is someone shot into the air. Kyle running away, heard it, fell, pointed the gun, and as soon as that happened, the other Rosenbaum was literally on him, falling with him. So yeah, you're completely wrong, Tammy. The second guy had a skateboard. The third guy that was shot, that lived, had a gun pointed at him. A skateboard can be a deadly weapon literally right after the Carl Rittenhouse case. You need to work on your shit, dude. But I assume you're a bot. But just saying you're a bot is a tu quo q fallacy. It has no bearing on anything. It's just a bot you can't really talk to. A skateboard can be used as a deadly weapon. Literally, right after the Carl Rittenhouse case, a new story came out where a man beat another man to death using a skateboard. Them things are built for sturdiness. Tammy, you're a fucking cunt. What the fuck? Self-defense should be taught in schools. If you truly knew the magnitude of how real and accurate that statement is, what Gunther said, yeah. Don't care. Ooh, archery. We had archery. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is another thing. We're also taught archery. Or you can be taught archery. I don't know if my school had it, but there's a lot of schools that do. My friend learned archery that way. It's far better for them to be browsing TikTok than holding a gun. This photo is deplorable. Oh, okay, no. I understand. Sometimes I need to actually read these. Dr. Constance Cunt. Constant Cunt. So this person isn't real. It's a fake name. And it's also funny, to make it more believable, they put the Ukraine and trans flag. That's funny. I'd rather have a gen. Okay. This. I'm gonna go to the next one because it's basically saying the same thing. Awesome. Democrat pedos are grooming children into sex workers. Like this is a toddler watching a 9-year-old boy. Wait, is that a 9-year-old boy? Are you sure about that? He looks very young. I don't know if that's a 9-year-old boy. But there is a child here. But yeah, if that okay, if this is a 9-year-old boy, this is grooming. And then this, wait till the end. Oh, little girl. Oh, yeah, this is the one where she gets a lap dance, ain't it? Yeah, okay, this is sexual grooming. I should really do the thing about Rebecca Parham tomorrow, if I get to it. Okay, yeah. Fuck this, I'll leave this. Okay. Now I can delete. Oh, wait. Go up here. I don't need this anymore. No more bookmark. Okay, this cut. MM Brooklyn Dad Defiant. He has a really shite name. MM Padalen. I don't like it. This prevents grooming. Okay, this is grooming. We've already been over this. It is not grooming to teach self-defense. There's nothing really more I can add to this. You wouldn't know what real grooming was even if Ezra Miller stole your kids and abused them. Oh. Can't vote, can't drink, can't drive, can't smoke, can't work, can't survive as adults old enough to have a gun, though. Yes. He should be able to have a gun. Yes. I mean, let's see, what do people say? Kids can work. Having seen the child labor laws. Yeah, it got more legal here. Part-time work. One day I'll talk about child labor laws. If a child wants to work, good. If they don't, you shouldn't force them. But what are other people saying? Doesn't make any sense, does it? No, I mean, I'm libertarian right. So kids should be able not to vote because they don't fully understand what they're doing. They shouldn't drink. I would say they should be allowed to drive. They shouldn't be able to smoke until they're 18, but they should be able to work. And we need to teach. The point of parenthood is to teach children how to survive without them. Without the adults, without your parents. So we should be teaching kids how to survive without adults. We really should. This child legally should not have a gun, though. He doesn't have a gun. It's a display, yeah. But, oh. Oh! Oh shit. Are you being sly? I think you're being sarcastic. I know this, but Vic doesn't seem to know children aren't legally permitted to own guns. Yeah, they can't own. But they should be able to shoot if an intruder comes in. They should learn self-defense. Oh, what the fuck is this? Now, this is also a problem. I'm sure they're young. They're kids. I don't think midgets be looking like this. Okay. Okay. On to the next bullshit. Hey, where'd the thing go? I don't want to have that on my bookmarks anymore. Okay. I'm done with you. What, it's only been 30 minutes? Okay. I might be able to go till 9. My wife's still sick, and I think I've caught it. Victor Shi, this is the interesting one. Because of Gary Satterfield. Okay. I don't care who you are. If you think it's fine for little children to be handling guns like this, you are part of the problem. It depends on how you're actually defining your words. For little children, so big children can do it, it's fine for children of all ages to be handling guns like this. Now, what do you mean by handling guns like this? Are you only upset about that he's pointing it at the camera? which I am too. But what I think you're meaning to say is just handling guns, having a gun in your hand. But no, you're not part of the problem. You are part of the problem if you think it's fine for little kids to be handling guns like this. No, you aren't. You're definitely not part of the problem. It's not a problem at all. This is what the Republican Party is doing to our children this weekend, and none of us should be okay with it. This is alarming and dangerous. It's only alarming and dangerous to criminals. Because if you are teaching this kid how to gun, how to be a gun expert, safety expert, then this isn't alarming or dangerous because, again, kids used to have guns. 100%. This is what the Republican Party is doing to our children? No, it's not the Republican Party because also Democrats like guns. There, I think it's leftists or liberals. I think it's leftists. No, I think it's liberals that like guns. Antifa wants to be able to teach their children how to do this too. It's not a Republican thing, it's an everyone thing. And none of us should be okay with it. The only thing that is bad is him pointing it at us, the cameraman, which I'm thinking that the cameraman asked him to do it. Okay, Gary, this is interesting. If I am an armed teacher and this kid walks into my classroom, what does the GOP expect me to do? Come on, don't be shy, because if the GOP has its way, this situation will happen. There's so much wrong with this. If I am an armed teacher and this kid walks into my classroom, what does the GOP expect me to do? Nothing. Why would you do anything? If he comes into a room and has the gun exactly like this pointing at people, I'm sorry, he dies. That's it. What does the GOP expect me to do? If the kid is doing nothing and just walks into the room with a gun, like nothing. But if they're pointing it, you get your gun as quickly as you can and you shoot them. Come on, don't be shy, because if the GOP has its way, this situation will happen. Yeah. At some point, a kid will come in with a gun to shoot bullies. Yeah, that will happen. I would prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. The odds of you being shot at school are well into the 10 million to 1. I don't think it's actually that large. But I think it's like 0.05%. And most of that is gang shooting. And if you want to talk about all of the school shootings, there's a lot of them where no one is hurt. A school teacher, it counted as one because a school teacher in school blew his brains out when no one was there at night. And I'm just using one. There's a lot more like that. Uh, I can't remember the whole thing, but if a bullet enters a school grounds being a whole street, the whole square area where there is fuck. I'm trying to remember it. I'm gonna leave you on red for a little. Give me a moment. School zone, traffic laws, the miles per hour, the speed limit thing for schools. That whole thing is a school zone. So at the corner, if one person is inside the school zone and shoots outside, that is still a school shooting. So there's a lot of school shootings that actually aren't school shootings. Who said they were carrying these to school? And your question seems scary. What were you thinking you would do? Well, that's as this person. There will be people who enter who enter the school to kill people. And that's why a teacher would have a gun to kill them. Oh, Gary, okay. Yeah, Randy Pierce, that was a really dumb thing to say. But it does bring up a good point. This person, Gary, is trying to tell us that something scary will happen, which it will, 100%. I am 100% sure that will happen because it doesn't even need a kid. It just needs someone. A mass shooting only requires 4 bullets. How did they get to pass the metal detectors and the school police? Okay, this is assuming that the laws would mean children can have the right to bear arms. So they wouldn't need metal detectors and the school police. Because if every desk has a gun, a mass shooter or a school shooter is going to think twice before before trying to kill someone. The same way the 6-year-old in Virginia got the gun into school to shoot the teacher. Now, what is the armed teacher supposed to do? Kill him, shoot him. If you have a gun, shoot the child. That's it. This shouldn't be a hard question. That I mean, you're asking it like it's a gotcha. Ooh, I'm actually gonna go up here. Oh, well, I don't. No, I'm gonna leave Victor in here. You, you shoot him. Plain and simple. Too bad I don't know how to type. And it's also given that the exact scenario is going on that is inside your head. Now, I don't know if that sounds hostile. I'm not meaning to be. I have autism, so I can't really fucking phrase shit correctly. I also can't remember shit. You shoot him, plain and simple, given that the exact scenario is going on that is inside your head. Which just basically means that if a child like this came into school with his gun up, pointing it at people, he dies. Someone needs to either disarm him, tell him he's a fuckhead, or shoot him. And that will happen. I think I have time for one fucking more. Is there anything else? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, Gil Corazon. If that teacher wore new pants or changed his shaving lotion, the kids would notice that long before they noticed a concealed firearm. I go everywhere with one, and nobody has ever noticed. Well, yes, that is technically right. If the kid is not engaging in the exact scenario you think they're engaging in, no one would care. Just having a gun does not mean you're going to kill someone. I think, okay, Ryan McCune. I think if the kid had a gun and intended to do harm and you didn't shoot him, something would happen to you, probably jail. Yes. If you don't do your obligation as a school teacher, you might need to go to jail. It was that seems to be it is what seems to be the Democrats' MO these days. Yeah, with the Uvalde shit. Oh man, 45 minutes. Okay, let's go to my bookmarks. Oh yeah, I can unbookmark this. Did I even bookmark it? Oh wait, but this did. Okay. Oh, Swank. I think I saw you on the other one. But if this boy was watching gender confused men dance half naked, you would be fine with him putting money in their underwear, wouldn't you? And I think he would. He probably doesn't care because I don't think he said anything about it happening. Oh, Inrugad. Okay, this dude, this thing is satire. I looked through it and it's like, oh yeah, it's satire. Kids never touched things that looked like a gun in the past. That's false. That's why I'm saying it. Because kids used to have guns. They play with guns. They go pew pew pew. Children having access to non-dangerous guns, like things, non-dangerous gun-like things, and unloaded guns was unheard of before. So yeah. So none of that is actually right. But he's saying that as satire, sarcasm. Oh, what's going on with the Holocaust today? I better not get porn. Maybe latest. I don't care. I don't need it anyways. I worked my whole life. Nothing happened to me. I personally wasn't even born. Oh, Jesus. No, I'm not getting into this dumb fucking shit. I thought I'd find something funny. It's never funny. It's just all bullshit. Okay, serious question. I might do John Cooper. Serious questions. Question: why have so many people in Trump world turned out to be actual pedophiles? It depends on what you're implying, because I would say it's more of a 50-50 split. And I asked serious question: why have so many people in the Democrat world turned out to be actual pedophiles? Do you actually have a source on pedophilia and political affiliation? So, why have so many people in Trump world? I don't know what that means. I'm assuming in his, like, the people he's associated with. And the most likely reason is he didn't know. Like, at one time, he was friends with Epstein. And then once he figured out the dude was a horrific person, he said, fuck off, never come again. So it's most likely that the people in Trump world, assuming it's his friend's family, he doesn't know because he doesn't just judge people like, oh man, that looks like a pedophile. And they're just all probably business people or people in his party, just like the Democrats. Democrats have a lot of pedophiles, but I do wonder what the political affiliation of most pedophiles are. I do wonder if it is a 50-50 split. I would assume so. But then we'd have to talk about how much have actually occurred. Because grooming is a lot to do with this. But we rarely hear of Democrats doing it because no one calls them out. And we really only hear about Republicans from Democrats. This is a big problem. Something we do need to do more of is calling people out. And then Edward Madaw, PhD. I don't know if this dude's actually a doctor. Scientist in what? Opinions or assertions in the truth or mind unless otherwise stated. Well, okay. Isn't the man himself, Trump, a pedophile as well? Wonder not. Remember, birds of the same feather. He has not actually been proven to have done that. What do other people say? I think incest is more jam, and then grope and change. Oh my lord! Yeah, he has inappropriately touched, kissed, fondled, groped little girls. A father showers with his daughter, and uncle sleeps with his niece. Oh my god! Yeah, these aren't really. These are more fallacies. While they are right, that doesn't prove anything. No, Donald Trump isn't a pedophile nor an incest doer. At least that we know of. He has never been actually charged, fuck, convicted of it. So no. So this is John Cooper. This is really a dumb tweet. I'm gonna look at my streaming. I'm all green. I'm doing good. My CPU ain't doing crap. I've been going for 48 minutes. Oh, okay. I haven't dropped any frames, which is nice. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. Serious question. No. The answer is fuck off. You're a lying twat. Unbookmarked. Nope, not messages. Bookmark. Okay. I'm gonna do the amazing atheist. Drag has been around for centuries, possibly millennia. Nazis and Republicans are comparatively recent phenomenon. Now, drag has been around for centuries and millennia. It's always been around. People dressing as other genders. But I'm asking him right here, what's your point? Because I don't actually understand what he's trying to say. Because he is putting Nazis and Republicans, not Democrats, but Nazis and Republicans. Nazis have been around just as long. It just hasn't been named that. A rose by a different name smells just as sweet. fascism, Nazism, anti-Jewishism, especially anti-Jew. We literally have the Bible talking about that with the Pharaoh, the seven what was it? I think it was the seven plagues. Could have been only four. But the the Pharaoh getting the plagues. And the last one was killing all of the children that don't have an X above their door. Painted in I think lamb's blood. Something about that. So there has been Nazism, and this is just using the like goals of Nazism, not just National Socialist. Socialism for the people of your nation, which is prescribed as only a certain few. Okay. So is twerking in front of kids. No one cared about drag shows until kids were involved. That's not entirely true, but that is mostly true. It's kind of a dual thing. No one cared about drag shows. Well, a lot of people cared about drag shows. But it is now a lot worse and more just worse because kids are now involved. But also, I'm sure. And oh, the other thing drag has been around for centuries, but so has pedophilia. That doesn't make it good, but that also doesn't make it bad. Just it's a relative age fallacy. Can't remember the name for it. But yeah, this. So what do you mean by it's a recent phenomenon? That we shouldn't be mad about it? I don't know. No one cared about drag shows until kids, which is why they start doing it. They need the conflict to maintain relevancy, which is what we're looking at right now. Oh, last part is not true. Nazis and fascistic ideologies have been around forever, since ancient Greece. We just didn't have a name for it. And that's true. That's in large part because they don't allow women to act on stage for most of history. You know, that might actually. Yeah, that's a nice point. Because women weren't allowed to be in shows, men had to do it. Okay. Cross dressing Nazis? Oh my god. Cross dressing Nazis. A German artist found so many photos of them, he published a book. Ironically, all these cross dressing soldiers were fighting for a regime. Okay, so. Fighting for a regime that sent actual transvestites to concentration camps. Again, women weren't allowed to do a lot of acting, so men had to do these. So, are they cross dressing Nazis or just contemporary Nazis? This really isn't a good point. Nazis, maybe, but groups with genocidal ambitions regarding the Jews have been pretty well established through history. Yeah, it's also in the Bible, so. So it's really not a new thing. Oh, banana. Okay, I hate it when people do this, Satan, because this has nothing to do with whether his argument is right or wrong. I know you're just making fun of him, but you're not convincing anyone. You could be just like a Mr. Medicare. just make fun of him, but this doesn't prove anything and might actually help him because it means that Republicans don't have anything to actually say about what he said besides him doing porn of shoving a banana up his ass. Drag has been stripping and dancing provocative to children for centuries, which is another thing I need to ask. Because, well, pedophilia, I don't know if stripping and dancing provocative to children. I'm gonna assume so, but I'm not 100% sure. Prostitution, yeah. Men dressing as women has been a form of absurdist comedy for years. Yes, this is technically like saying. What am I responding to? I actually had a thought process, but it's dead now. Oh, blackface. People dressing in blackface is absurdist. And yeah, that doesn't mean that people are transracial. Just because something has happened doesn't actually mean anything. Okay, I'm gonna fucking strip this for my bookmark. I wonder who's bookmarked this and why. Oh, no. Bookmarks. I might actually fucking deal with that tomorrow. Oh, KCPD. Okay, I might do that one. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's do this one. I've seen Crowder cross dressing. Okay. What would you do if your significant other came out as trans? Now, right wing cope, full of misinformation all the time. But that I'm going to actually talk about what they say. I've seen Steven Crowder cross dressing more times than I've seen drag queens in my whole life. And okay, that has nothing to do with anything. He's not really cross. Now I've got to fucking look this one up. Define cross dressing. Okay, cross dressing is the act of wearing clothes traditionally or stereotypically associated. Oh, okay, so it is stereotypical. Okay. So that doesn't actually mean anything. Just because you've cross dressed and you're against trans, they just don't correlate. Because you can make fun of something without being that something. So, what if your significant other came out as trans? This is a non response. It's a tu quo q fallacy. It's the hypocrisy. Now, it, it it's a hypocrisy fallacy. Tu quo q. Damn it. Ugh. What would you do if your significant other came out as trans? Okay. I would accept her. I'm sure my wife would do the same. I'd probably make a beautiful woman. I don't know. But yeah, you aren't really talking about anything of substance when talking about Steven Crowder cross-dressing, because he's not cross-dressing because that's what he likes. It's actually to make fun of people, which is part of the cross-dressing. Actually, I don't know if like it would be considered part of cross-dressing. Just wearing clothes traditionally or stereotypically associated with a different gender. Oh, okay. It was been practiced in order to disguise, comfort, entertain, and express oneself. Okay. So he's not disguising, he's not comforting, and he's not expressing himself, but he is entertaining others. Oh man. Transvestite is a person who cross dresses. Just so he's not cross dressing to express himself. He's doing it to, I would say, demean others. There's probably a better word because that's kind of not what he's doing. He's making fun of them, but I don't think he's demeaning them. No, not that one. Nope. Okay, back here. Yeah, I haven't seen Barry in a long time. I'm gonna be fucking looking at that while I'm about to sleep. Whenever I'm done doing this shit. But yeah, this is a nothing. Right wing cope, you've done nothing. This is just a fallacy that means nothing. You think you have a gotcha, but you don't. I would still love my significant other, but I also have two children of my own. I don't know how I would feel. Okay, back to bookmarks. I need something that actually fucking. Let's go to that one. This might be the last one I talk about. I've been going on for an hour and 2 minutes. Wow. And I haven't dropped a frame. I'm going 30 frames per second. I'm doing good. Okay. Qasim Rashid. I'm guessing that's Esquire. A white man shot a black child in the head twice because he rang the man's doorbell. KCPD let him go. Actually, I might have to take more time actually looking at uh, the laws of this. But the same KCPD called reports of black women being kidnapped. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually look at this, get some sources on it. But I'm about to go to bed. So you're still bookmarked. Oh, when I'll have to get some. Ultimately, I disagree with this. The but I have no clue what's going on. What was the thing with fucking? No, I'm just gonna end. I, I can't remember what the things were, and I need to refresh me brain. Is there something else that costs 5 minutes? Oh, dash. You need to get yeeted. No, 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 no. What? No, you shouldn't. Why were you in my bookmarks? No. Fuck it. No, thank you for watching. This is all I'm going to do for right now because I need to actually prepare for the other ones. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. Sleep well. And I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. This is just whenever I can, whenever my kids are asleep. And right now my kids are asleep. All right.